Hey guys, it's Tazzy back to another video. Today we're going to be reacting to the best Fortnite player to quit. The story of Aqua. Please like, subscribe to me. Aqua's YouTube channel will be in the description down below. Same as the person who made this video. The original video will be in the description. Hope you guys enjoy. Go show them some love. Anyways, let's get into it.
Aqua is one of the most decorated pros Fortnite has ever seen, playing the game since day one and earning over $2 million. But he has just announced his retirement from the game after 4 years of being on top. So let's go back to see exactly how he got there. This is the story of Fortnite's greatest retired player, Aqua. David Wang, aka Aqua, was born in Austria on July 1st, 2002. And at the age of 1, his father would leave.
So growing up, it was just him, his mom, and his sister.
Now this never stopped him from living a normal life though. As a kid, he would make many friends, and one of his favorite things to do was play sports, specifically football. And he was pretty good at it, collecting many medals and trophies. But the older he got, the more distant he became from sports and his friends. Until at the age of around 14, he would get pulled out of public school and get homeschooled instead. And this is when he would enter the world of playing video games for the first time. Fast forward a couple years to late 2018, Aqua would play Fortnite for the very first time and quickly fell in love with it. And just a few months later, online tournaments would start and he was ready to pop off. His first couple tournaments weren't the best, but at the same time not that bad, with him getting his first earnings in the Blackheart Cup, placing 12th. And soon after, the World Cup would be announced for anyone to compete to prove that they're the best. But going into it, Aqua didn't even have a duo, and while looking at his options, he saw that he had received a DM from Nyrox. They both saw each other placing well on the leaderboard, so they seemed like they were a good fit. But there was just one problem. Neither of them spoke the same language. Because of this, they were unsure if they would even play together, but Aqua decided to give it a shot. So instead of speaking German, which he usually does, he started learning slowly how to speak better English. And to their surprise, they were playing quite well.
I didn't know Aqua was German. I think he's saying Aqua was German, unless Rot is German.
But they needed to play an actual tournament to see how they would actually do. Luckily for them though, the World Cup warm-up was right around the corner. They would end up placing 8th, which was very promising. Now, the first 3 weeks of the World Cup didn't go too well, placing 1000th, 64th, and 67th. But in week 4 duos, after placing 1st in opens, they would get a 3rd place finish in the finals, qualifying themselves to New York. In the week 7 solos, Aqua would do it again, winning the tournament, qualifying for both events. In just a couple months,
he made so much money in just a couple months. God damn.
Later, they were in New York competing for a chance to earn life-changing money. Going into it, not many people really had them on their radar as a list of potential winners. And going up some of the favorite pros back then, it was going to be really hard. When the first game came around, they would end up dying the Storm Surge without getting any points. And this would pretty much continue for the next 2 games, so halfway through the tournament, they found themselves in 30th place. Now, this absolutely destroyed Nyrox, making him not even want to continue playing. But after a pep talk from Aqua, all they needed was just one good game and they would be back in it. And the King of High Ground would prove exactly why he is that king.
Aqua and Nyrox are holding up the high ground here as well, and that's a scary duo.
Nyrox takes out Falconer down low, and he's wrestling with everyone, but Nyrox is out. Oh no, he does manage to get the elimination, and Storm, he gets the victory royale.
Look at the high ground.
The
battle begins now. Aqua and Nyrox are winners from last game, already back on height. They just gotta go brawler mode right now. C's getting chunked by this minigun of Aqua.
This thing is so punishing from above. You have that high ground advantage. You have the shots on Wolfies.
Pressure coming on in. They drop down low. The tag's coming. Oh my gosh. There it is. A 17-point performance from Aqua and Nyrox.
After back-to-back wins, going into the last game, they were second on the leaderboard, 3 points behind Saf and Zayt, who were in first. Plus, there were a bunch of other teams that had the potential to win if they just had that one good game. So, going into the last game, every point mattered, and it was time to see if they could pull off a comeback of a lifetime.
You see Aqua weak, Nyrox weak, players dropping another shockwave. You see it all the way ahead of the zone. It could be a game-saving play on the bottom right of your screen. Aqua's all by himself. We're down to the top 15.
Everybody's just picked up placement points for the leaderboard standing, which is key.
Still make something happen. They were in a very similar situation earlier on. shots still coming out through. Aqua with one, but he goes down. We'll have to see where they end up as we look to crown our champions.
In their last game, with a 6-kill 8th, they had no idea if they had enough to win. And with every player and viewer on the edge of their seats, it was finally announced.
The results are in. Aqua and Naira!
That would be such an insane moment if you won in front of that many people. Like, that would be so cool.
They would end up winning the World Cup by just 4 points, creating one of the greatest moments and comebacks in gaming history, also earning themselves $1.5 million each. After winning in duos, the very next day, Aqua had the solo finals to look forward to. However, he would actually not play very well, ending in 94th. But I'm sure he didn't mind the poor performance after becoming a millionaire the day prior. But then something happened that nobody saw coming. Just a day after winning the World Cup, Aqua decided to split with Nyrox. And his reasoning for this was because he preferred to play with someone else who spoke German, as well as him and Nyrox only played on tournament days, and Aqua wanted to play more scrims and grind the game. Right after this decision, the very next season, FNCS Trios was announced for the first time, and he would end up playing with Shinken and Stompy. In this season, he would continue to prove why he is still the best. Now during this time, everybody was looking at Mongrel, Benji, and Mitro, who were dominating back then. But in the background, you had Aqua's trio also placing very well, especially Aqua in solos. As you can see here, he was consistently placing extremely well.
Damn,
and in FNCS, they would end up winning one of the weeks and coming third in another one, and lastly winning their heat to make the grands. So going into this finals, it was time to see who will win the first FNCS in Fortnite history. And well, Aqua did not disappoint.
On to the high ground, we have Shinken, Aqua, and Stompy. Utility, someone goes for the contest, and Kong gets dropped. So right now, Gohan's just hanging out with someone. Oh, that was it, got him. Our discipline from the high ground Zeke, and they're showing it right now. They're in full force, so he's saying, I will go head-to-head. A nice turn and flick, Lucky gets shredded in the sky. On, this is it, this is the last play. They just have to go for the ISO. A jumping shot and 100 to the dome.
This is Gaming. With our free Windows downloadable software, you'll have access to a gaming application.
Trio still trying to find it as Aqua pushes it out of the box. Can he find it? 100 bump, gets the swap, 6 HP, and he takes out Tohash. Forwards the swing on the placement point. Does it for another one, and their team needs the conversion.
Oh my god.
1, 2, 3 strikes. Aqua takes them all out. Solo players who clutches up Aqua.
Hot Take catches Daedra, and Chapix catches another. There goes M10 Pepper getting taken out right there. Bye to him. Can they find another? And it is. It's going to be X8.
Builds have to come down. Waterfalls need to be there. Shockwaves go up. It's a beam. Nikeva goes down. It's a 3v1 at the moment. The big shotgun. The victors of the region. Stompy, Chicken, Aqua take it home. The Europe Finals, Game 6, the grand final. Winners of the region.
That'd be funny if that trap killed all of them.
6 points. The victory royale.
After once again showing why he is the king of high ground, they would dominate the competition, winning the first FNCS in history. And with the announcement of a new chapter afterwards came a new game mode, which was squads. So it was time to see if he could continue that momentum. Unfortunately though, this would actually be one of his worst seasons, not even making the grand finals. Even though FNCS this season was a big letdown for him, he still played extremely well in solos, and he even placed 6th in the DreamHack Winter event. In Chapter 2 Season 2, however, he would bring back the momentum for Duo FNCS playing with Stompy. Going into the qualifiers, they would end up winning 2 of the weeks, and in the heats, they ended up placing 2nd, making it into the grands, where they would finish 4th, bringing it back after a disappointing last season. And he would continue this momentum once again in the solo FNCS Invitationals, which was that same season. After showing how good he is in Cash Cups, he would back it up in the highest tier stacked lobbies by placing 3rd. And once again, after a really good performance, you'd think that he'd continue to do well. But unfortunately, something ended up happening that would mess with his entire career, and lead to one of the main reasons why he stopped playing. After playing so much and so often, Aqua started to develop extreme pain in his hands whenever he played. And after getting it checked out, he ended up having tendinitis, which is extremely bad. So this meant that for his own health, as much as he wanted to grind and play the game, he would end up taking a break for most of that season to heal up. And you'll see going forward, this would become an ongoing problem. So during Season 3, he would only end up playing
That would suck if you had this good and you like got that. That would suck.
that last qualifier of FNCS in a couple of the Cash Cups. But going into the Stark season, he would return to play FNCS, but still he wasn't able to play as much as he wanted to. And because of the break he had, he wouldn't end up performing well this time, and he would only end up not even making the heats for FNCS. And for Season 5's FNCS, he would only play the first qualifier in a couple Cash Cups. But it was once again in Season 6 he would make his return to playing, this time with CRR and picking up Vino, who at the time only had around 10k earned. Now this trio performed pretty well, qualifying to the heats, but then something happened once again that nobody saw coming. Vino would end up getting banned. You see, back when Vino originally started playing, he actually bought the account he was using, and since it's against TOS, they decided to ban him. And Epic really chose a poor time to do that. So since all that happened, Aqua's FNCS for that season was unfortunately over. But it was Season 7 where Aqua would finally make the comeback everybody was waiting for. He would end up picking up some of the best fighters we've seen in this game, Vidil and Noah Riley. And they would end up auto-qualifying to the Grands after placing second in the first qualifier. So with Aqua back for his first Grands in 5 seasons, everybody was curious to see how he would do. And unfortunately though, he would only end up finishing in 8th place, which still isn't all that bad. And going into Season 8 FNCS, he would continue that momentum after switching up his team for CRR and Festroki. Once again, they would have a good performance in the qualifiers, and once they made Grand Finals, we would see Aqua back in his prime. They would end up getting a podium finish in 3rd place. And in that same season was the Grand Royale, where he would once again make the Grands, but didn't do too well, finishing in 14th. Now we're headed into Chapter 3, where the game mode is now duos, and Aqua was hoping once again to get a good placement, but unfortunately he would get a 23rd in the finals for that first season. It was at this point, Aqua was sick of not performing, and for Season 2, he decided to pick up Vino once again, and he would grind extremely hard. And this grind would pay off. They would end up winning 3 different Cash Cups throughout the season, and after placing second in the 3rd week qualifiers, they made Grand Finals. However, this time, he was looking the best he's been in seasons. So now it was time to see if he really had what it took to take home that crown once again.
It's on. Check, that's good. He's going up. No, I'm low, baby. Let's go. Get the mats. They're fighting. 60. Track, watch me. In the end there. Go that. I'm dropping down. Got the ball. 61. 50, that. Good one,
They would end up winning FNCS and winning 3 out of the 12 games in the process, solidifying Aqua as one of the best IGLs to touch this game. Now unfortunately, after this win, Aqua's tendonitis got really bad to the point where he didn't play at all during Season 3, even though he just won FNCS. But he would end up coming back in Season 4 because he got invited to the FNCS Invitationals. And during that event, he would end up landing at Kondo, which was contested by Malibuka and Mustache and Thomas HT and Tayson, not the teams you want to go against off spawn. And long story short, they didn't do well, placing 45th. Afterwards, we would once again enter a new chapter, but Aqua would end up taking a break for the first season. He would go on to play in Season 2, but would unfortunately not make the heats. And in Season 3, it would be the same, but he would end up playing only 2 of the FNCS weeks. And these tournaments might have been the last one he'll ever play. So that now brings us to today. With the decline in placements and low motivation to play, Aqua would announce that his time in Fortnite has come to an end, and he had officially quit the game. He never gave an exact reason, but it's pretty safe to say that over time, as his hand injury got worse and the less he could play, it would result in less performances, which then again resulted in him losing passion and motivation to play. Who knows though, one day he may return. But for now, Aqua will forever be known as one of the best players to touch the game, from winning 2 FNCSs to being the Duo World Cup champion. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe. We're so close to 10k subs. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you
thank you guys for watching. This was the best Fortnite player to quit. The story of Aqua. Aqua is a demon. Hope you guys enjoy. Aqua's YouTube channel will be in the description down below, along with the guy who made this video, Aced. He made some good stories. Go watch him. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. And I'm Tazzy, and I'm out.